This conference will now be recorded.
Right, let's start today's session. In today's session, I'm going to discuss about class-based views. So up to now, whatever we discuss that are function-based views, and now I'm going to discuss about class-based views. So two types of views exactly available in Django in the view section. One is function-based view. Next one is class-based view. So I'm talking about now class-based views only. How to work with the class-based views and what is the difference between function-based view and class-based view. Both comparatively I'll discuss today. So there are two types of views. First of all, class-based views, function-based views and class-based views. Class-based views also having again two categories, like two types of class-based views are there. Okay, so there are a lot of views are there inside the class-based views also. First, I'll try to explain what is class-based view, how to work with them. After that, we'll go for types of views only. The main types are these two. These are the two main types of views. Types of views. Types of views. Two types of views are there. One is function-based view. The next one is class-based views. Function-based views and class-based views. Class-based views are introduced from Django 1.3 version. From which version onwards class-based views are introduced means Django 1.3 version. Okay, so when compared with the function-based views, class-based views are very easy to use. Why? Because most of the time the built-in classes are there, built-in class-based views that we can use directly. When compared to function-based view, class-based views are very easy to use. Class-based views are most frequently used views in real time. So even though while working with class-based views, internally class-based views will be converted into function-based views. Yes. See, generally class contains what? Functions. So normally in function-based views, how to send post request and get request? We have to write if conditions. If request dot method equal to post, else get request. But in function in class-based view, we have get method and post method separately. Built-in methods are there. That's the reason internally class-based views will be converted into function-based views. Next, class-based views simply act as a wrapper classes or wrappers to the function-based views. That means function-based views are most powerful when compared to class-based views. Yes, function-based views only powerful when compared to class-based views. So for simple operations like if you want to get all records or display particular record which is retrieving from database, then we can go for class-based views. For some complex operations like handling multiple forms simultaneously, then we should go for function-based views. While defining class-based views, so we have to extend view class only. Suppose here this is a class. My view name is what we can say CLS view. CLS view. It's my class based view. Every class based view is inherited from a view class only. This is class. Inside the class we can write methods. Get method. This is called get request. Post method. Some code we can write here. And here post method is there. Post request. But in function based view, this is not like. In function based view, what code is there? So def f1, it's a function based view. Request is there, like just comparing request. And if request dot method equal to post, which is what post request. This is code, if block code. Else get request only, that is by default. Okay, else block empty form object you have to create, that is get request it is. So look at this, inside the function based view, post request means we have to write condition if request dot method equal post, else get request by default. Now class cls view is there, which is inherited from view class. Get and post is there here. Get and post is there. Okay, fine. Next, these are the main differences I'll discuss with practically also. While defining class-based views, we have to extend the view class, fine. And while defining URL pattern, we have to use asView method, especially class-based view defining the URL pattern. Normally, function-based view URL pattern, how to define? I'll tell you. URL patterns equals to square bracket open and close. Here I'm using path. If it is function based view, what we can use? Views dot function based view name view v1. That's it. If you want to define URL pattern in like class based view purpose URL patterns, if you want to define, then what we need to use? Look at this here. Views dot what actually? CLS view is the class based view. Dot as view method is compulsory. As view method. Okay. In the URL pattern, how to recognize whether it is function based view or class based view? Simply you can see this as view is there. Every class based view, while defining URL patterns, compulsory as view is required. If we don't use as view, it will not allow. So it's easy recognized class based views in the URL pattern as view is there. Normal function based view, no need. No as view is required. By looking as view method only, we can say this is the class based view. It's not a function based view. Function based view is this is only normal what we discuss up to now. These are the main differences. We'll try to show you the practical implementation. Let's close this. And to do this practical implementation step by step, so immediately we'll go to terminal window of our project and we can activate this virtual environment. So my env slash scripts slash activate and create a new application. Python space manage.py start app class based views. Application name is what? Class based views app. So it's application. Once we create application, then let's go to project location and try to inject that into installed apps. Last application was authentication app. Now we are trying to do this class based view apps. Class based views app. So settings are closed. Now let's focus on here how to work with class based view. We'll see step by step. So in this class based view, especially we are working with what? Views only. Oh, sorry, this is not class based view. Cookie based view. It's looking like same. Class based view app. I'm trying to create a simple view how to work. But before going to create this view, I have to explain one more important thing. Sorry, it's my mistake. So these many views are there. Are actually I'll try to show you what kind of views, what we need to discuss exactly all. Okay, yes. First one, types of views are two types. Function based view, class based view. So now here class based views are there. No? Class based, mainly our focus is class based view. This class based views are two types. Okay, one is base class-based views, base class-based views, or these views also called as base views. Okay, next one is generic class-based views or generic views. These two are types of class-based views. Base class-based views or base views, generic class-based views or generic views. Okay. Base class-based views are how many types? Three types. One is simple view, and next one is template view, template view. Next one is redirecting view, redirect view. So base class based views or base views are three types: simple view, template view, redirect view. Next, generic class based views are how many types? One is display views, and next one is editing views, editing views, and next one is date views. Date views are not required, even we don't discuss this date view. Date related task this is. Now display views can be two types. Display views are two types. One is list view, next detailed view. Detail view, detail view. Editing views are four types: form view, form view. Next, what is that? Create view, create view, update view. Next, delete view. These are the cases. So look at this. These many views we have to discuss in total class-based views. Class-based views mainly classified into two types: base class-based views or base views. Generic class-based views are generic views. Base class-based views are three types: simple view, template view, redirect view. Generic class-based views are three types: display view, editing views, date views. Display views means list view, details view. Editing view means form view, create view, update view, delete view, all these things. This is completely view section. So first we need to start with simple view. That two base class based views only. Okay. Yeah. So these are the types. Let's begin the show. Now trying to create a simple class based view, sir. So how to work with class based views? Already we discussed function based view. Okay. Yeah. But look at this. I'm creating class. To create class based view, class keyword is required. Up to now we discussed function based view. We use function keyword def. So right now I'm talking about class based view. My class based view name is CLS view. It's my view name. But this should be inherited from what? View class. Look at this view class is don't have any library. So this view is required to import. From where we have to import? We are working with what generally simple view. Okay, simple view. So this view, how it will come in the sense, this is from Django dot views import view class. So this is view class actually. This view is coming here. Django dot views import view. This is a built-in view, a simple view class based view. So now you can see class, CLS view, and view. Got my point. So this is the simple view. How do you see? As I said that Class based view always inherited from this base class. This is view class. View class is it's a built-in class. In this class based view, so if you want to get response or to send the request, what we can use, def get method is there, self. It's a built-in method. It will not show IntelliSense, but you have to write get only. But every inside the class, what is there? Method is there. By default, all the methods in inside the class. What methods? Instance method. Because self is there, no? Yes. This is again related to Python. In Python language, we were discussing object-oriented programming clearly. Inside the class, methods. Every method by default, instance method only. So now through this method, I'm going to return HTTP response, but HTTP response is not there. Here I'm using HTTP response. So here HTTP response, what response do you want? You can provide. Suppose it's one section. I'm writing here, this is my first class based view, one section close. Simple. Sir. Return HTTP response. This is HTTP response. So now we have to execute this class based view. Execute this class based view, what we need to set? URL pattern. URL pattern we have to set. So right click on class based views. Okay, URL pattern we can set URLs. So let's create Python file urls.py. In this urls.py I'm using from django.urls import path from class based view app import views URL patterns equals to, just now I said if it is class based view compulsory how to set the URL pattern means views dot your class based view dot as view is compulsory. This is especially while working with class based view only. As view method is compulsory. If you use as view method here, that means this is the class based view. Okay, right. So after setting URL patterns, then this URLs we have to include into project level URLs immediately. So let's go to project level URLs and inject there. So last application it was authentication app. So let's give the name of the application, just application. I'm taking path here, and now you can see include. So what is your view name? Class based view app URLs. Now comma class based views app dot URLs. Fine. Okay. So include class based views app dot URL. Okay. Django project 630 URLs. Fine, sir. Not a problem. Okay. Application level URLs, project level URLs. Setting done. Let's close this. Now it's ready to run this. So we have included URL, and in the return response we are getting this message. Let's start the server. Now you can see, click on this link. Now just observe here, CLS view get takes one positional argument but two were given. Okay, yeah. So what is the problem? I'll tell you what's the problem here. There is no request parameter is there. Compulsory request is required, then only we will send the request. We miss the request. Now let's run this. We got this request. This is my first class based view. Okay, yes. Let's minimize this. Sir, can we send the values from this class based view through template, default template? Yes. You can see I'm taking name. Name equals to what value I'm sending? Mohan. Its name do you want to return as response? If you want to send this name as response, you can send the response. How to send this response? HTTP response of self dot what? Name I'm taking. This name is going to display into HTTP response through normal response. It's not a template response. Now you can see when we refresh this, the name is going to display or not. This name I'm sending like this. And suppose in case if you are not passing any name here, okay, this name we can also pass in the URL section. In the URL section, here you can see as view method is there. No, here we have to pass name equals to Mohan. While working with this class based view, as view method is having one parameter name equals to Mohan, and this name through we will get this response. So let's hit this request again. It is going to be say Mohan only. So this is the procedure to send the values from view to normal response, HTTP response. But sir, I want to go with the template response here, not HTTP response. So how to go with template response means simple. Same value. If you want to go with template response, you can send them into template. So how to send this values into template means simple. So here what I'm taking instead of HTTP response, what we can say return render. Simple render. Here what I'm sending this value request current request, and HTML page is cls.html. I'm using template page. A render method is required. So this name is automatically coming here name. So we need to access that name. But this name is going, but how it is receiving this? So cls.html is required. But look at this cls.html template is not there. Let's go for cls HTML template. Go to new HTML cls.html. In the cls.html, we have to accept this or not? Yes. But we have to access the name is the name is. Do you have any context? No. We should send the context no. From where to where? View to this. So this name I'm trying to send a context. How to send the name colon Mohan. This is the context. Okay. Now you can see this name I'm sending to this context. So how to send this name in the sense? This is the way to do this. Context is matter. Now let's run this. So template syntax error. Why? Because in the template we have not used any value. So we have to use this value compulsory. Yeah, context equals to something like this. So we are using this context key and we are sending this name value into this consent template like cls.html, and in this cls.html we have used this, and let's run this now. So we got this, the name is Mohan. So this is the way to send the values from class based view to your template only. Okay, suppose imagine we can also work with what actually different context we can send. And also if it is form is there with you right now, for example, if you have a form in the sense normal Django form, you know how to render the form into template by using function based view. But if we have a form, how to render the form into template if it is class based view, that I am showing. Okay, it's a normal view. We can send the values from this class based view to template, that's okay. But if it is form, how to render the form? Okay, class based view through and function based view. Let's see this. First of all, I need to create one simple form so that you will get clarity how to render the form into template by using function based view as well as class based view. Both I will include in this example. So first let's create a forms.py under your application. This is class based views app. I'm creating one forms.py. So Python file forms.py. In this forms.py, Django forms, from where it will come? From Django import forms only, simple. After that, I'm just creating a simple form like my form I'm preparing. This form is inherited from form start, form only, and colon. Okay, form fields I'm taking name equals to forms dot r field max length equals to address equals to forms dot r field max length equals to 20. Next age equals to forms dot integer field like this. These fields are enough just for showing me. I'm not going to save the data into database, just how the form fields are rendering into template using class based view and function based view. So form is ready. And now I'll show you both class based view and function based view so that you will get clarity. If it is function based view, how to do this? Forget about this class based view sometime. I'm showing class based function based view through how to render the form. To render the form should be available here or not in the view section. Class based views dot forms import what form is there, my form is there. You know already function based view fun underscore view, it's a function based view request request request. And here if request dot method equal to post. Okay, so first let me render the form directly, what later I'll discuss about post method. Okay, first how to render the form here. So we need to create form object fm equals to what form object, my form. This form I need to render by using class based view request. So fun dot html form is there. This I am going to render form colon form. Very simple. This already you know that. Okay. Yeah, this is function based view. My function based view name is fun underscore view request object fm equals to my form return render request fun.html, it's my html page, and form colon form. We have to create fun.html template also. Let's try to create fun.html template fun.html. Here we have to use form object. How to render the form, generally form tag is required. Okay, and if you want to work with method post, you can use post method also. Do you want no validate, you can use no validate, but we are not going to submit the data, no problem, no validate only I'm using. And now you can see the moment when we use this one csrf token is mandatory. Then here I'm using form 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 dot as this is form dot as p paragraph, and we don't have any submit button, so we need to prepare submit button. You know Django form by default will not provide any button controls or something. Submit value equals to this form thing same need to be created into class based view also. cls.html is there anyway, I need to render that template into here. And now you can see this is the function based view through how to create form object and send it to html. Now let's go for class based view. Here we have already class based view. Using this class based view through how to send, how to render the template. This is get request cls.html. Now here what we have to use, form colon what, fm. Fm is right, but do you have fm here? No. How to create fm here, form object? So in this, okay, get method inside fm equals to what form, my form class. And if you want to access this fm, what we need to use here, self we need to use, sir. Here what is that, and no need to use any self, directly it will work, no problem. Fm equals to my form, that's it. Differences you can have. So function based view through how to render the form object into template. Class based view through how to render the form object into template. So get method, this is normal, get request only. Okay, this is get. If we are doing post method, then we use post method. But here in the function based view, we don't use any post method. We use just request dot method equal to equal post option here. But we have to set the URL. Let's say the URL for this. First I'm taking function. This is what function based views. Next I'm taking class based view group. I'm using this CLS slash views dot what views dot CLS view dot as view compulsory. So this is two views are there. Two views are rendering the form properly. Let's see this. The moment when we run this, when we go for FUN, function based view through form is coming or not? Yes. Class based view through also form is coming. Both are there. Okay, we are using CLS or we are using function based view through. But okay, the data is okay. But how we are going to? Yeah, you can take any name by default. So my view is there, no? You can take any name, not a problem. But make sure that this name should inherited from this view class. This is the standard name because it's coming from here. Now, if it is get request means we are getting the form. Okay, it is like this. What about post request? Uh, in the function based view, I'm showing post mechanism. In the function based view, how to consider the post request if condition we have to write. If condition. We did already in my previous lecture. If method equal to what? Post. And in this post method, what I am trying to do, I'm creating form object. My form request dot what? Post only. Request dot post. Now again I'm writing if fm dot is valid. If it is valid, then we need to print this. Just I'm trying to print fm dot who will collect the data from fm form object, clean the data. I'm not going to save this into database, just I'm printing into terminal. Clean the data of what I have to collect, name. Next to print fm dot clean the data, clean the data of what actually address. Next to print fm dot clean the data of what age. So these are the form fields, no? Yeah, name, address, age. Fine. So if the form is valid, then we have to get the cleaned data. We have to display into a terminal. Okay, fine. And we can also display. Now you can see in the else block. That means if request dot method is not post, else block have to go. The else block, what is request? Get request only. This is get request, empty form object. Same thing we written in my previous lecture. This is function based view through how to post the form data here. Got my point? Yeah. Next here, class based view through how to post the request. So look at this comparison you can do now. Function based view and class based view once we starts with comparison so that it will be clear. If it is function based view, method is post, this code need to be execute. Method is get, this else block will execute. Now class based view, method is get means get request is there. Post purpose we need to write separate method like post. This is clear. Got my point? Post comma request here. Separate methods are there, get and post default method. Class contains method, no? Yes, get request means this method will execute, post request means this method will execute. In the post request, what we have to write? We have to get the data from form. So we need to create form object here, my form with what? Request dot post only. Request dot post. Okay. Again, if fm dot what is valid method. If is valid, then what we need to do? Again, we need to get the cleaned data from the form. This is common code. Okay. Yeah. After that, we have to give the return response. Okay. Return HTTP response form is submitted. This is HTTP response only we have to use, sir, here. Okay. HTTP response is required here. Don't use normal print function. It will not work. It will return none only. So here HTTP response only here. Post request through form is submitted. You will get clarity here. Okay. Yeah. Now let's go for get method, post method. This is called class based view style. If request dot method equal post, post request, get request. This is called function based view style. Both views are included here. Fun means function based view will call. CLS means class based view will call. Let's start the run. And server. Now you can see once we run, so we are getting this slash fun. Now I'm going to enter some data here, name, address, and then age. Click on submit. Yes, it is submitted. We don't have any messages framework. That's what messages is not up here. Don't worry, that is not required for us at this moment. Just I'm showing form how it is rendering. These values are coming here. 1 Hyderabad 39. So this is what based view, class based view, function based view. And can we go for class based view result also? Yes. Class based view result means this is CLS. Class based view through name I'm giving Sai, address SR Nagar, and age is something 28. Click on submit. Form is submitted. We are getting it a written response. Then after form is submitted, the details also present in the terminal Sai SR Nagar 28. So this is the main difference between function based view, class based view. In the URL section also, function based view declaration, normal you know how to declare, but class based view defining the URL patterns compulsory, as view method is mandatory. If we don't use as view method, it will not work well. It's expecting, because in upcoming session we need to supply some values in the as view function also. We need to supply some values are here in the bracket. Okay, whatever values you are supplying, that values can go to view section. So here post request, get request using function based view, class based view, get request and post request like this only here. So these two things are available here. Okay. So next, how to render, how to redirect multiple templates using same view also there. That concept is there, and also we discuss up to now template view only, sir. Sorry, simple view only. Later we have to go with the template view and redirect view. How to work with these two, I'll discuss in tomorrow session, not now. And this Sunday also you have a session. Okay, if possible, you have 2 hour session Sunday, 6:30 to 7:30 and 7:30 to 8:30. I'll take with the with giving gap, some gap. Okay, 2 hour session I'll take. Be ready for that. Tomorrow also we have a class, and Sunday 2 sessions I'll take if possible, or else at least 1 session I need to take Sunday also using same link.